Yeah.
No, so I gotta deal with everybody's shadows. I will start with you. Okay. So we finished with our bunker play. Those fun flop shots that everybody loves to hit.
Yep.
Okay? I know everybody likes to hit them, but again, what was the purpose for the flop shots?
To get over the bunker.
To learn how to hit a bunker shot. Yeah, to get over the bunker, but my purpose of teaching them was to learn how to hit a bunker shot and not have to be in the bunker to first learn how to do it. Okay, so now we're on to our pitch shots, okay? And the reason why I'm moving in the direction in the sequence that we're going is that, we started off with putting on day one, okay? Anytime I have the opportunity to do like a game improvement series like this, start on the green and we move our way progressively backwards, okay? Because ultimately we want to hit full shots, right? But we want to be balanced in order to do them and have just a good setup. And this is where these pitch shots will really help us do that, okay? So, got about a 30-yard shot set up out to this red flag out there. I'm going to start with my pitching wedge. What I'm going to do is just show you that, okay, it's going to be based on length of swing is going to dictate how far that ball is going to travel. It's not going to be, I don't want to take the club all the way up here and go slow and try to control the ball, the distance of the ball. I want to control the distance of the ball by how far my club travels, and I want to keep my effort as constant as I can, okay? What we see with a lot of players is we see a lot of times they get in the shorter shot where it's not a full shot, really, for anybody, really. Even you guys, this is not a full shot for anybody involved in this group, okay? But the last thing you want to see them do is take a club, go all the way up here, and then try to slow down to control that ball, because guess what happens? We've all done it. We've all done it. What happens with the ball? Chunk it, just dribbles out in front of us, and then guess what? We get to hit it again, don't we?
Yeah.
A little embarrassing, right? I've done it. Do it a lot, actually.
Okay.
Okay, so I've got my pitching wedge in my hand. Again, not necessarily the club that I would pick to this particular distance, but maybe I would, just depending on what's in between me and the ultimate target, which is the hole. But we'll just go through the process here. Okay. First thing we'll talk about is alignment. We want to make sure that if we hit balls left or right, that we can blame it on one thing rather than a combination of how we're swinging the golf club, how we're lining up to it. So I want to make sure I'm lined up properly. So I'm going to point the club face at the target first. I'm going to line my body up parallel with that. Everybody knows what parallel means, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's running together and they're not crossing each other over. Okay. And this club, and if I was to hit this full, about 120, 125 yards, full swing, and I'm hitting it well. Okay. I've only got 30 yards, so what do I need to do? Shorten the swing. Is there anything else I could do? Slow down. We don't want to slow down. Okay. Remember.
Keep it.
One thing that we can do is, okay, I've got a certain length of club. I can choke down on it a little bit, okay, and help myself control this club a little bit easier. It makes it lighter. I can move a little bit easier, and I don't have to shorten my swing quite as much. Because a good rule of thumb is that about every inch down in this grip is good to about 6 to 7 yards, okay, of less distance. So if I'm all the way up here, there's my about 125, down about an inch. Let's just call it an even 10, down to about 115. If I get all the way down, which is about, almost 3 inches, if I go all the way down to the base of that grip, about 30 yards difference. So maybe about 95 yards, okay? All right? So again, 30 yards. Go through the process of setting up. Okay? Nice setup. And all about balance, okay? I'm just going to move the club a certain distance back. Nice and balanced, okay? Not bad, huh? Not bad? Alright, so that's the pitching wedge. Okay, so I brought a few other clubs. I'm not going to go through every one of them, but I have the pitching wedge. I'll move into my gap wedge. Everybody knows what a gap wedge is, right?
Mm-hmm.
What does it do? Hit the ball with it. Well done, Sean. The purpose of the gap wedge is to fill a gap, right? Okay, simple enough. You have your pitching wedge. If you carry a pitching wedge and a stand wedge, which is 56 degrees, you want kind of something to help out with that gap, right? Okay, so that's what we got. So I got my gap wedge, which is 52. Do the same setup, okay? Good balanced setup, okay? Pointing the club at the target, okay? Choking down the club again, because if I hit this club full with a full swing, full grip, for me it's equivalent to about 100 yards, okay? All right, so just good balanced setup. Again, balance, 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 okay? So, balance, again, it's going, the way we hit this shot, the reason, again, why we worked with this shot before we go to our full swing is it's all about just good posture, good balance. Okay, we're gonna move the club and we're gonna stay balanced. Okay, because what we'll probably see with some of your full swings is some teetering off balance because we're moving the club further. Okay, it's heavier. Okay, it's gonna throw us off balance. We're not gonna get good shots. So hopefully, when we work together with these shots, that I see some good balanced swings, and that's gonna be the most important part for me. Okay, we'll talk about the length of swing. Hopefully we accomplish it, but if not, it's just something to leave you with. That you know that certain levels of the swing or certain distances cause that ball to travel further. Okay. So again, setting up. So I've got more loft in this club. Do I need? Am I going to move the club further or shorter?
Further.
Further. Yeah. This club should hit the ball on a shorter distance if I take full swing. So I'm going to move the club a little further. So now I'm going to get it up here.
Oh. Oh, that's actually.
Oh, I thought that was
That's
in.
Not bad.
That's
Again, I don't know what happens when I give lessons and I do instruction that I can actually hit the shots really well, and then if you were to follow me around the golf course like hiding trees somewhere, you kind of chuckle because things don't go that good as usually. Okay, so now onto my 56-degree wedge. Okay, shorter club, more loft. Do I need to move the club further or
more
shorter?
loft further. Yeah.
Short. Yeah. So same thing. Good balance setup. Good alignment. It's very, very important. Again, we don't want to start to guess ourselves. The ball's going left or right, and start just blaming the swing right away. Okay.
Oh,
All right. So I'm choking down the club again. I'm going to move the club a little further.
that's it.
Hit that one a little far. Okay. Did anybody see anything different in my swing there, other than the length? Anybody? Good. I put a little bit more effort into that one. I really shouldn't have. Okay. But we're all going to be guilty of that. Okay. You're going to get a club in your hand that you're going to feel like, okay, just feel like I need to hit it harder to get it to travel. Okay. It's not necessarily true. So let me see if I can do this a little bit better with that one. Okay. So I'm going to try to move it the same tempo, keep the same effort, just lengthen the swing. Out better. There we go. Okay. So 3 different clubs, about the same distance as far as landing. So last club that I have that kind of a last resort, a 60-degree wedge. Okay. What are you laughing at? Because it's ugly?
Yes.
Well, it is. That's beside the point. Okay. All right. So 60-degree wedge. I went from 56 to 60. More loft, right?
More
Shorter,
swing.
more swing. Okay. I do not pull this club out for a full swing. Okay. So don't even ask me really how far it's going to travel. I would guess maybe 70 yards at most if I hit it really well. But that's not my goal with this club. It serves other purposes here. Okay, so again, pointing my club at the target, lining myself up parallel to it, choke down the club a little bit. I'm not going to go all the way down, because I might have to. I'm probably have to move the club a little bit too far. So I'm just going to give myself a little extra light. Or swing. So that's why I said you hide in the trees. You guys are laughing because it's not funny.
It's fun.
Like, I'm telling you, you hide in the trees during the course of a round. You're going to see that a couple times. And some bad words are going to come out. That's what's going to happen. All right, so we'll try it one more time. Commit to the swing, right? I kind of quit.
Yeah. There you go.
No.
Got it.
Move better?
No. Oh, get in the hole. Oh.
You should maybe pull that out more often.
All right, so that's what we're going to work on today, okay? So any questions?
No.
No? Feel pretty good about it?
Yep.
Well, good. All right.
All right, guys, watch this.
No.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.